Alright, so this is going to be commentary on Padwork with Daeng up in Chiang Mai at Lanna Muay Thai camp. And I was at Lanna Muay Thai for like 2.5 years and then moved down to Pattaya. So I haven't done Padwork with Daeng in probably over 1.5 years. And it's very different, but it's a lot of fun. He just got back from China. He was in China for maybe 6 months, maybe a little bit longer. And he looks really good. He's very fight specific in his. This is so cool. He's teaching me how to fake a teep and elbow off of it. I didn't fake the teep very well. He wanted me to jump harder. Yeah. So Daeng is the father of Tor, who's a fighter, and Tor fights down at Rajadamnern sometimes. He's a cool fighter. I consider him like my Muay Thai brother. So it's cool because I can see sometimes when Daeng is showing me something, it's something that he would do with Tor, or that he's taught Tor, or he gets ideas off of me and then teaches them to Tor. He wants me to have more rhythm there. If you're gonna fake something, you gotta come out of looking casual. You can't like freeze up and then do it. I over-rotated. Yeah, so he wants more height on faking that teep. I'm moving forward with my hip. Yeah. Sometimes I make really good contact with it, and sometimes I'm just short, but you just make adjustments off of that. It feels really good. It's great because when someone is standard, that's their jab hand and it's just out anyway. So you push down with your right hand and then just elbow over. It's not a complicated move, but executing it is you got to believe in it for sure. Yeah, so up higher with that. It's cool to be back at Lanna because I spent so many hours and hours and hours there. And the gym looks a little bit different. Palm's been working on some stuff. She painted it. They put these mats in the ring. But watching this video now, it just, I don't know, feels like that's just what Lanna looks like. It's just always like that. Daeng was definitely trying to give me a little something. He made me very tired in this pad work. The way he holds for that low kick is different from how Pinu holds for it, and it's different from how Daeng held for it, so I was just trying to get adjusted on how to do that low kick. I wasn't stepping over on it. He's great. He doesn't he pushes a little bit to give you impact when you punch, but he doesn't reach out with the pads. I hate when trainers reach out with the pads. This is cool. So you parry the jab and then elbow over it. And I've been doing a little bit different with my kick, bringing my arm across before swinging it. So you'll see me do that sometimes when I remember to do it. I'm doing it there. And then other times I get lazy and it's just up. Yeah, that punch to the body he was getting way into. I get real nervous in actual fights and don't really go for that body punch. If I did, I would be hurting people, but it's a confidence thing. Gotta work on that. You can see Nook in the background messing with this guy. Nook is one of my favorites. He's great. Yeah. So he gives you just enough pressure that you have to work for what you're trying to do. Here, I wasn't locking up too great, but definitely moving well. Felt good to knee him really hard because he used to hold for me in the mornings just endless knees while he hit me in the stomach. And my patterns and my balance have changed a lot in the 1.5 years that I've been gone. So he got to feel the differences, and part of the reason of doing this pad work, it's the day before my fight. Part of the reason of doing it in the morning was to let him feel what my strikes feel like now, because he'll be cornering for me tomorrow. So letting him know what strengths I have, what weaknesses I have, the movements that I have, so that he kind of knows what he's working with when he's working my corner tomorrow is good. Plus it's just fun. It's fun to hit pads with people that you like and know. They're trying to get me to be more relaxed again. Farang are so unrelaxed. I'm way more relaxed than I used to be, and I'm still really not relaxed. Yeah, so there I'm getting lazy and not bringing my arm across in this new thing I'm doing. It doesn't matter. It's just me experimenting with different forms. It's not doing it right or wrong. You can see there's no one in the men's ring. Everyone in the ladies' ring today. Yeah, he's the one who actually taught me that inside arm thing initially. When people were trying to low clinch me, he taught me how to grab down in the elbows. There, I'm bringing it across my face, in case anyone's paying attention to the different arm positions on kicks. It's nice to keep this distance. I don't think ever when I was training at Lanna I understood like padwork distance. I wasn't at the level that I could really think about it yet. But I feel way more comfortable staying close now, I think, than I did when I was training up there. It's partially the way that Pinu holds pads for me, but it's also partially just getting more comfortable and the way that you just seep into whatever your style is over time. That's how you develop a style. It's not really someone like handing it to you. He kept telling me to keep my chin down on my punches, and I was like, man, it's been a long time since someone told me to put my chin down. It's definitely a very fundamental thing, so you'll hear fighters talk about how like basics are the most important things, and they are not lying, man. Like remembering to tuck your chin and like keep your shoulder up and all these different things you kind of get lazy about them, and if you don't get punished for them, you don't fix something that's not broken, but it's a good reminder. I like very small technical corrections. It kept popping out of there because I don't have a good grip when I grab the back of the head there. It's something to think about when I go back to my regular training. I like him hitting me back though. I don't remember getting hit back a whole lot when I was doing pad work with him before. Here I'm asking about that step over for the low kick. He holds it nice, the angle of it is very different from what I'm used to. When I very first started at Lanna, I was stuck with this trainer who, he's very technical, good trainer, but he's so lazy, man. I was with this guy for a long time, and it was rough, and then he actually went on a trip, like a training trip, and in that time, I got to work with other people. So first I was working with Den for a very long time, and Den's the head trainer at Lanna, and then I started working a little bit more with Daeng, not all the time, but pretty frequently, and I love the way that he thinks about fights when he's doing stuff. He does not zone out if he's working with a fighter. I like his movements there. He looks so badass. Yeah. I like him, like, countering just enough that it's... If you're not used to it, you would back up. But if you're used to it, you're like, yeah, hit me again. It's great. Here he wants me to turn so that the knee doesn't hit the side of me where it would hurt. It ends up kind of just slapping against your back. You can also kind of... Nice, Sylvie. Such a lady. You can also kind of turn your hip into the knee and actually hurt someone on the inside of their thigh. The lighting in that gym is so nice. I'm used to Petrongrung now, which is like, it's pretty dark in there, it's all covered, but the lighting in here is always so pretty. It's a filmer's gym. My guard's looking better. I liked that upward elbow that he was throwing in there, that he wants me to parry. It's pretty comfortable parrying it, which is nice. It's putting it into context. He wanted more height on that. I was getting a little bit slow. I was a little bit tired. I'm coming off of a fight, and then we're driving all day, so I'm just kind of like not training every day. It's amazing. If you train every day and then you have time off, it makes you tired rather than like, oh, I had time off, I feel great. It's It's like you've been sick or lazy or something. Oh, I like that. I didn't know I did that. Putting my leg up to block him. Something I got from Pinu. I really liked about this pad work is that because it was hard enough and it was fun enough, I totally just zoned out and kind of forgot that the rest of the gym was going on at all. Like, it was just me and Daeng doing some pad work. He doesn't know my opponent who I'm fighting tomorrow, so he is like trying to like go back in his brain to Rolodex to try to figure out if he knows this girl or not. I finally just told him that another girl from the gym had fought her pretty recently, and I don't think he was there when that happened, but I don't know. I think by now they're pretty comfortable with me being able to fight whoever. It's just whether or not they know like anything about that other person. Like getting stuck on him. Those gloves, man. Those gloves were hinky. They smelled so bad, and I felt bad every time I was like smushing them in his face or like grabbing him with them. He's used to it. It's still not pleasant. These Thai pads that he was holding though, those are really nice. They've got like a good firmness and bounce to them, so you kind of like bounce off of it, which is good for your leg muscle. But they're not soft or too rubbery. Kind of baby bear right in the middle. Getting a little lazy there because I'm tired. Just leaning into him in the ropes instead of grabbing him off of him. I was never able to do that before when I was up at Lanna. I didn't know how to clinch when I was up there. I was decent at it, but I didn't know any techniques. And while punching, they like to finish out rounds with like sprints, and that's the kind of thing he's doing here. First time I ever came to Thailand, Big was like 16 and he was holding pads for me and he kept hitting me in the stomach and laughing, and I was like, I'd never had that kind of contact, so I was getting tired. I was also a little bit mad because it seemed like he was laughing at me and I just didn't understand. I had no context for it, and now I find it so funny the way trainers mess with you and punch you and give it back to you and stuff like that. Yeah, he wanted me to step out a little bit on those. So you basically just dodge by pivoting, yeah, like that, for the teep. It's a brilliant move. Just get out of the way. Whew. I can feel it now. Even just looking at it. It's amazing when you go with new people, just because you're not necessarily used to their patterns. You don't relax into it as much, and so you can get tired with new people just from the pressure they put on you. That's one of the reasons Pinu is so exhausting, is that he puts pressure on you even when you're not hitting. That's Off coming in. He's going to do pad work right after me. He used to be super, super tiny. He was my training partner when I was up in Chiang Mai, and he broke my nose a couple of times. But he's mellowed out now. He's a really, really cool kid, actually. I didn't like my uppercut. There we go. Yeah. I get a little bit like zoned out in those last little sprints. I'm used to just kicking on the sprints or doing knees. I don't punch as much, but I've been working on my hands with Sifu, so it's nice to be working on them here. Feeling the different context of them. And then here he's like, just keep kicking when I'm like, is that the last one? He's like, no, keep going, keep kicking. I love Daeng. He's great.